Good morning, everyone. Wow, what a day yesterday. We are in it today to win it. We are going to the market, and I have high hopes that today might be my best market day yet. Alright, I just parked in my market spot, and luckily today we were able to secure a spot that is right behind the booth. So they just rang the bell and the market is officially open. This is our first time being set up with a tent, and I've got to say, so far it doesn't seem too different. So my girls just made their first sale. I just made my first sale. It was a young couple and they came by with like a little baby, and they bought a surprise bag, and they opened the surprise bag and they got the rodent. It's a 920. I just made my second sale. It was a younger couple that came by, and at first she wanted a jellyfish, but then she changed her mind to get a mini Dumbo Octo. It's 10 o'clock, and so far I've made a total of 3 sales. We'll go over it a little more at the end of this video, but it's shaping up to be a little bit slower today than it has been. Few sales back to back. The first people that came, the little girl actually bought the glowworm that I've had. That was really exciting. I'm glad I was able to give it to her too. She started describing the glowworm that she has at home, and I said, that sounds like the one I had when I was a kid. It's about 11:30. We've got just 30 minutes left in the market. There's just 3 more minutes left of the market time, so let me show you what my booth is looking like right now. Hey everyone, it's Courtney. I am back from the market, and I've positioned my phone to avoid the most amount of glare coming in from the light sources that we have. So we are just gonna roll with it. If you have been following me for a while, you know that there is a little bit of a glare because of a cracked screen, and I do record these on my phone, so that's why it's affecting me. I thought we'd jump right in to how much I made and what sold today. I think that you guys have been enjoying that, but I don't know. So if you appreciate this section of the video, just drop a comment below. Alright, so today was July 19th, and I sold 1 surprise bag. Now, I had priced the surprise bags at $4, and actually, this is my inventory notebook here, and just while I was on a different page, I wasn't really looking through past inventory, but it did jump out to me when it was open to a different page that is the same price that I sold the surprise bags at the previous market that I did. That was like the last one of the 2024 year. So interesting. Unfortunately, I did not have change for this couple that purchased the first surprise bag for me, but graciously they were okay with paying $5 instead of $4. So thank you to them. I aspire to do better with change in the future. I really do, but it's so hard, cause it's so hard, but I aspire to do better, and I hope that that's something that in the future I can do. The next thing that sold was a Dumbo octopus, and I sold one of the pink ones. Maybe I'll be able to put a picture up on the screen. The next thing that sold was another surprise bag. This one sold at $4, which is the the marked price that I had for them. The next thing that sold, you guys, I think I already mentioned this in the vlog part of the video, but I will tell you again, it sold the glowworm. You guys, I've had this glowworm on my market table For like the past, this would have been the 5th market that I've had the glowworm on the table for, and coincidentally, you could say, because I think they were prepared to buy it whatever the price, like they didn't really look at the price before committing, just something that I noticed, but it had previously been 35. I had marked it down to 25, so actually just me personally, I feel a bit more confident selling at this price. I will say I had previously priced it at 35 just because it was one of my larger plushies. It took me more time than anything else to make. But now that I've been crocheting for a while, it's not the most difficult thing that I've gotten the blessed opportunity to make. So I figured I could easily price it down to 25 and still have value and still be valued for the work and effort that I put into it. The next thing that sold was a flower coaster. So it was one of the ones that rolls up into the bouquet, like how you see the people having like the flower bouquet blankets on Instagram or on YouTube Shorts, if you're watching this on YouTube, and it's like a bouquet and then they like toss it up and it folds out into a blanket. Mine are just like little teeny tiny ones, and instead of folding out into a blanket, they fold out into a coaster. So that one sold for $7. Actually, yeah, because weren't totally aware of the price, and that was totally fine. Okay, so purple jellyfish, because I have them priced at $7.50. Okay, well, purple jellyfish was the next thing that sold, and I sold 2 of those. A young lady purchased 2 purple jellyfish for me, and I had them both priced at $6. They are the same as the other colors of jellyfish that I'd made in Premier Parfait Chunky, but since the purple ones were made in Loops and Threads Sweet Snuggles, now that's the Michaels brand if you're not familiar, so Sweet Snuggles from Michaels, they were substantially larger, so I priced them at $6. And also, I mean, if you think about it, like the yarn too is maybe more of an investment. I don't know, there's more there, so I feel okay with pricing that higher. I hope that's fine. And next thing that sold was a peach jellyfish. So I sold 3 of the 6 jellyfish, and then I didn't sell another jellyfish for the rest of the day, but it was the 2 larger purple ones and then a peach one that was made with Premier Parfait Chunky. My acrylic bee sold. This bee took me a few days to make. I knew I wasn't going to get my money for my time back on it, and I was fine with that. I just thought I'd make the bee because I had the pattern readily available. It's a pattern from Not Monsters. I forget the creator's name. I know his first name is Michael, but if you look him up on Instagram, it's just his tag is just like Not Monsters. You can check him out, and I'll have him linked down below. Okay, the next thing that sold was another flower bouquet coaster. This one sold for $8. I made a note that graciously this person covered the 50 cents due to me not having correct change. I really need to get better at this. And then the last thing that sold was a baby squid, and it sold for $20. Well, everyone, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you were waiting to hear a final number, based off of my calculations, I think our total from the market today is $95.50. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. It was an awesome day. I'll see you in the next one. Hope you have a great day too.